Yeah, again, not the result that you would have wanted, but how do you assess the game as a whole?
Yeah, difficult first 15 minutes for us, definitely. We played pretty much a formation now, so we didn't play for a long time, but we had games in pre-season, completely different lineup. Bob in the center, which helps defensively, massive. Oxley on the wing, whatever, these kind of things that helps as well. And then we had to change pretty much after last session. You could see that we needed time to adapt. When we were a bit more compact, we had our parts of the game. We play here against a super side. They do it extremely well. The things they do in midfield, how they build up. So we have to be really spot on. And that the first 15 minutes, we had real problems. And that kills the confidence a little bit, the conviction a little bit for the things we have to do outside. But then concede the goal, score our own goal, 1-1, fine. And then, good for half time, all okay. Second half starts. It was the first shot or whatever, so it was pretty quick that they can score the second goal, which was world class from Riyad. But before that, we could have done completely different. So I liked a lot of things apart from the first 15 minutes, but that's fine against City. If you have to change, then you have to adapt. The goals we conceded were all completely unnecessary. When you see the third goal, so we changed before, and they not directly before, but which gives a bit of a new organization. But now we watch the ball in that moment, and that's not possible. It's like they played a short corner, and then yes, Nate, we all expect him to win that to get a bit of a head to that header, but. Behind him is absolutely nobody apart of two City players. So again, the goals we conceded were completely unnecessary. The rest was a difficult game. I think in a lot of parts for both teams we had good spells, played good football, could have scored more goals as well. On a day when you cannot lose at City 3-2 anymore without thinking you are a really bad team, then it's something really wrong. So it's a result we have to live with now, and that's it.
Yeah, despite the difficulties that you face, you've mentioned there the players that were missing, a 5-week break in mind as well. What did you make of the levels that were reached tonight? The speed, the force at which that match was played at?
It was good. It was a high-intensity game, obviously, from both teams. That's normal. So how I said, we played a good game, but not good enough to beat City tonight. And that says something, but not everything. So that's just how it is when you can win against City, or we can win against City if we are really on top of our game. We weren't tonight for different reasons, but then you have to take the result. That's what we do. But how I said, there's a lot we can build on, we can take into the next games, and that's what we'll do.
James Milner, I think I saw he had a little word in your ear, didn't he, before he went off? What can you tell us there?
Millie is convinced it's only a little thing, but he felt something and just wanted to make sure that not getting worse. So it's he felt something hamstring. I don't know. We have to see. All the rest should be fine.
Yeah, and with the rest, other players coming back, any timescales there?
Yeah, Trent was ill, like Ox was until yesterday. Who else? Who missed? Oh, Virgil. Yes, Virgil trained at the AXA today. Who is coming back? Pretty much, I think all the others should be available. Apart from the long-term injuries. So that's it. And the only one is not here yet is Ibu. He will come join us next week.
Okay. To sum up then, today, despite the result, largely encouraged by what you've seen and therefore looking forward to returning to Premier League?
Yeah. Definitely. We have to. We worked hard. We did good stuff, and I saw a lot of that tonight. It was not good enough for tonight, but how I said again, it's City in their own ground. This will always be an incredibly difficult game. If we would have found a little bit early into the game, if we wouldn't have been more switched on, especially around the third goal, because I think the second goal, yes, we defended in the first moment, not good, but then it's world class from Riyad, so I accept that. The first goal, yes, should deny the cross, and then it's the Haaland move, if you want. Defender judges the situation, and a second later, it's a different situation. Haaland is in front of you. So he just does that very well. So apart from that, a lot of things we can build on. That's what we'll do.
Okay, well, commiserations tonight. It's been nice to see you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Congratulations to you, Pep. How do you sum that up tonight?
Well, after after World Cup and a long time we don't play, I think both teams were incredible, high level intensity. So Liverpool is so difficult. So when they play good, they destroy you. When you pretend you are in control. In nothing, the quality, the transitions they do, they create chances, score a goal. But it was a good game, entertaining game. Big compliment for the players for the way they play against a team. Otherwise, you don't play in this rhythm and with this courage against them is impossible.
You mentioned there with the time that the players have had away and with so many of your players gone, were you almost quite surprised at the levels that were hit out there, the pace at which that game was played out?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't know. It's true that the guys came back from the World Cup just 1 week off or 10 days off, some of them, so they lose a little bit but not much. It was more problem for the players to stay here with the staff, like holidays and like Erling, like Cole, like Riyad. So, but they were brilliant. So they were intense and they played really good.
With Liverpool fighting back twice, what were your instructions to John Stones when he came on at 3-2 and to the wider defensive unit at that point?
Well, John played incredible well in the World Cup. The rhythm is good, his mood is exceptional, and has incredible quality to play in that position, in the middle or a little bit right. And I think helped us in the last minutes. Manu was a little bit tired, so because handle Nunez or Salah or this type of players always is so difficult.
And after Kevin De Bruyne's disappointment with his World Cup campaign, what did you make of his performance out there tonight?
Kevin, when we played this fire inside of him, he has to find himself this fire. What a player. So I don't know. So how many years is Kevin here? 8 years? I think so. 8 years here. So many things. He's absolutely legend. And always I push him to find this fire. Sometimes it's a little bit, I know a lot of games, but in important games where they have this, it's unstoppable.
And finally, on the players that also impressed you tonight, Cole Palmer, Rico Lewis, a few of the younger faces. Yeah, just how pleased were you with them?
Yeah, of course, what academy. So Cole played, especially first half, really, really well. And long time ago, I didn't see a performance like Rico Lewis. Long time ago. So with 17, 18 years old, he has played against Liverpool with the bigger stars up front, and the way he played with the ball and without the ball. We were lucky.
Manchester City. Were you satisfied with the victory, Nick? From what you saw?
I thought they had the better of it. If anything, they had good opportunities in the first half. They possibly could have given themselves a little bit of advantage, but as Liverpool and Manchester City always do, it goes from end to end. I thought it was a great run out for the pair of them, to be honest with you. Man City, Leeds United away, Liverpool, Villa away. I think that they'll be ready to go with that there. I don't think they trained a lot. From what you just said there, Mahrez, I think they've literally come in yesterday, and really, I don't think they've not really done a lot. And I think you could see with the little bits of quality missing from both sides. But they, as expected, they gave us everything, really. They flat out, and it was a good training session for them, really.
Do you get the feeling, Jason, perhaps maybe it'll take a fortnight just to get back into the swing of things for both clubs?
I think for everything to settle down, the dust to settle, players finding themselves, I mean, they spoke there, didn't they, about cramping up towards the end of the game. And there's no respite now. I mean, the fixtures come thick and fast, don't they? That they've got to find their feet pretty quickly. It's about this time of season. It's about rest as much as getting on the training pitch. Recovering, recuperating. The treatment room's usually packed this time of the year with players getting massages, trying to get the lactic acid out the legs to go again within 2 days, and that's how the schedule is. They know that, but obviously we've had a World Cup as well. So yeah, I mean, I think it was a good exercise for both of them. I agree with Nick. I think Man City won it on a split decision, but these games they're always defined by a moment of magic, aren't they, usually? And the winning goal was a bit of magic, to be honest.
You say moment of magic, I mean, defensively speaking, at least from the first couple of goals, as we go through them now, I mean, defensively, how would you describe?
Yeah, but that needs to be polished up. The same with a lot of other stuff from both teams. It wasn't as crisp, it wasn't as sharp as what we usually see. But they overcompensate by just trying to win a game of football. They always have done that, and there always is chances in the game, but probably a little bit more for City, and that's probably what Guardiola will look at, is why didn't they finish the game off? They made it a little bit more hard work, but Great ball into the box, not the best of defending from Gomez, and this is what he waits for. His running, his timing of his runs. Just keep your eye on Gomez here now. He has a little bit of a look going into the box, you'll see, but then he gets his body shaped totally wrong. He knows where he is. Now all of a sudden that's a little glance. Now he's waiting for the cross now, Haaland, and Haaland just attacks it and he doesn't know where he is. So Klopp won't be happy with that. This is something which they'll work on the training ground, and that's both teams just preparing themselves for when the game starts in the Premier League. Because there was a lot of, it was just a little bit casual, a little bit in certain situations where they'll tighten up on.
That was naive from Gomez, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Considering he's a centre half, he should have known better. But Liverpool get themselves back in it. Good little passage of play. Carvalho, probably one of the players guilty of being sloppy. I mean, Liverpool were very, very sloppy in the first half. But they get themselves back into it again. You can point out poor defending. There was good build-up play by Liverpool. Milner involved, just bides his time. Slots the ball out to Carvalho, just hangs on the edge of the box and then slots it into the bottom corner. Liverpool are right back into it.
Right back into it. You make a couple of changes at the break, and then barely a minute old.
Well, it was a carbon copy, wasn't it, of the first half? Both teams had a chance in the first minute of the first half, and then they have a chance first minute of the second half, and they take it.
It's all about the first touch. His first touch is amazing. And it's a great ball to him, but the first touch just sets everything up. It doesn't get any better than this. There you go. Very difficult to defend against that when he just set it up nicely there. And how many times you see Mahrez bend it into the far corner? If he doesn't get that touch there, he won't be able to get the shot off. So it's a great start for City when they came out second.
That's top draw.
Absolutely.
That is top draw, to keep the outside of your left foot, to come inside, kill it like that and set yourself up. Fantastic.
Talking about outside of the boot.
Oxlade-Chamberlain's pass. Beautiful, yeah. He'd only just come on as well.
Yes.
I mean, this is fantastic.
Okay.
He's off, Nunez is off. What a ball that is. And once you've got him in a foot race, no one's catching him. I think he's been timed with the fastest player in the Premier League. And then Salah just checks his run. He does well, Nunez, actually. He's missed a few opportunities tonight, big opportunities, but he makes the right choice here.
Credit to Salah as well. I mean, the ball has come right at him. He's had to...
You probably say the same a little bit with Ake there, but it's so difficult. If you just watch Ake there, as soon as you lose sight of him, it's a wonderful pass for him there. And it's as if he's waiting for that space just to run into.
Quick corner hit.
It's all about the delivery here now.
Yeah,
You'll see from Kevin De Bruyne. There you go, look. But what's a little bit worrying there was they were unable to take the corner. Two players came out. They're not alive to it. Once you give Kevin De Bruyne this time and space, you see them queuing up on the far post. Ake's there, I think. Mahrez is behind him. So that'll be disappointing there for Liverpool.
That's the sloppy. When we talk about the sloppy, that's sloppy defending. That's switching off, not being alive, not being alert. And the annoying thing for me is Ake had an opportunity in the first half, nearly a carbon copy, should have scored. Kevin Keller had kept him out.
You would never get that situation if Virgil van Dijk was playing, would you?
Would you get... well, Virgil's not going to go out for a short corner. The annoying thing for me is the fact they haven't defended the short corner.
Yeah.
They just switched off. I mean, that's at that level. I mean, you can see
they're
there.
still sorting themselves out.
Yeah, but you're taught this as kids. This is the basic stuff which is drummed into you. Then you don't let a short corner. Once you let the short corner happen there, and you got someone like Kevin De Bruyne, he'll put it right on the penny.
They're queuing up.
Yeah. And they seem to be all over the place, then.
You mentioned Darwin Núñez making the right choice in passing to Salah. How guilty should he be that he's probably cost Liverpool a place in the quarter-finals tonight?
He'll be annoyed with his performance tonight because he's created. Well, Liverpool have created opportunities to get him in. Listen, his build-up play and his movements, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Holding the line, bending his run, creating the space for himself. Both teams play with a very high line, so his pace is always going to be a threat, but it's the timing. But again, he's just off there, isn't he? He should hit the target. There again, should hit the target. Nick was right. What Man City doing here? That's a ridiculous bit of defending. And the proof's in the pudding that it's a bad bit of defending because Liverpool get in. He should hit the target.
This is the big one.
And this is the big one, yeah. He has a little look here. Again, it's that Salah moment, isn't it? But from the other side, he has a little look, and Oxlade-Chamberlain can't make up the ground, doesn't get there. He decides to take on the shot, and he just again misses the target. Make the keeper work.
Yeah, it looks to me he's looking more to see where Oxlade-Chamberlain is. Everything about his game is perfect except for scoring goals, so he needs just to smack a few in, get the season running, starting the next game off, get the goals, and you feel that they'll come because he gets them, he's in there and he's getting chances. He needs it to turn a little bit.
Times of worries when he doesn't.
Yeah, when he doesn't, when you're not getting the chances and you're not doing the right things, you know that he is doing the right thing. He just needs to hit the net and the confidence will come. And then, and the good thing for him is once he does start scoring, because the games are coming, all of a sudden he started getting into his rhythm now.
Let's get some reaction from the Liverpool camp. Andy Robertson is waiting to talk to us.
Well, commiserations to you, Andy. I'm sure having come back into the game twice, that must be really disappointing.
Yeah, obviously. We had chances, they had chances. It was quite an open game. I'm obviously sure a good game for the neutral, but obviously we're disappointed to lose the game and be out of the cup. It's really disappointing. First game back, I think you could tell those tired legs out there in both teams near the end, and when you're pushing to try and get an equaliser, that doesn't help. So look, we pushed. We had a few good chances. We obviously opened up. They had a few chances, but yeah, on the whole, it was a pretty open game. But these games are decided on fine margins, and unfortunately went against us today.
With the tired legs that you've mentioned there, did you almost surprise yourselves a bit at the pace, the level at which both sides reached throughout that 90 minutes?
Yeah, I think when we come up against City, I think both teams kind of always raise their game, and you always can push that a wee bit further. So obviously, like I said, first game back, and a lot of people played the World Cup and things like that, and all the emotion that went into that and things. So everyone's back. Obviously a really difficult game to start off, but it'll be good for us in the legs, and that's a positive we can take. But like I said, we're disappointed. We wanted to start this off with a win and trying to keep the good form from before the break, but it wasn't meant to be. But there's positives to take.
Yeah, with the levels that you did reach out there at various points, just how disappointing was the nature of the goals, I suppose, that you conceded?
Yeah, disappointing. Every one of them probably could have been stopped. The third goal, we've done well to block the crossing, and we've just kind of switched off and didn't go out and press the short corner, which could have been done. The first two could have been avoided as well. So, that's what we have to look at. That's what we have to stop. We always have to be switched on. The goals are disappointing. We've scored some, two really good goals from our point of view. Had a good, couple of chances that we could have took, but on the whole, it was a pretty even game. And like I said, they took their chances, and we only took two.
Yeah, just finally then, with those positives that are to be taken, if you look at it was a difficult start to the season, but the results you had before the break, is there a feeling after that performance that you can pick up where you left off?
Yeah, look, we don't really have time to waste, especially in the league. A really difficult start before the break. We picked up the last couple of results, which were really positive, and we want to kickstart that. Like I said, there's positives to take from tonight, but ultimately ended in defeat, and we're out the cup, which is obviously disappointing when you want to go for every trophy available for you. So, but now the league starts. We look forward to Boxing Day. It's going to be a really difficult game at Villa. New manager, new style of play, and they've started really well under him. So we're expecting a really tough game, but we have to be ready. We have to be back at our best if we want to climb the league, and that's what we plan to do.
Okay, well, commiserations tonight. Thanks for speaking to us.
Thank you.